Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's go learn and play. Or in Norwegian, Tøyer, lær og leik. This channel is something of a pet project to me right now. I've been thinking about doing this for a couple of years, and now finally I'm trying to film my first video. So, tiny bit about myself. I'm a teacher to student. Studying in Trondheim at NTNU. My master's thesis is going to be about history, most likely about the theory of Britain stood alone in the Second World War, where I will most likely be going into different types of newspapers from the 1940s, 50s, 60s, comparing them to how their mentality changed according to this. And their colonies and the US, how the war went on, and I'll also be going into speeches. So as you can see, I'm very interested in history, and that leads us on to what I'll be doing today. So today I'll be playing Hearts of Iron 4, which is a game set in the Second World War. When you take the role of a country either on the Axis side or on the Allied side. And I think that's about it. I'll try to show you the game mechanics and how you play the game. So let's get right into it. So starting off here, you can see that you can either start in 1936 or in 1939. I always like to start in 1936 as you get a lot more into the game, because then you have to build up the countries, you have to do diplomacy, and you gotta train your armies. If you start in 1939, you kind of get right into it as to when Nazi Germany invaded Poland, and there's a lot more focus on the actual conducting of the war rather than the other aspects of the game. So as you can see here, there's several countries you can choose between. France, United States, United Kingdom, German Reich, and Italy, Japan, Soviet Union, and all these other minors, as you can see here. Most of you, when you're starting to play this game, will probably pick the German Reich, as it's one of the most powerful nations, and I could say that it's both easy to play as the German Reich, and on the other hand, it's quite hard if you want to do it in a really good way. I would not call myself an expert in Hearts of Iron 4, not by any chance. I've been playing this game for almost 2 years now, probably, and I still can't master all the different mechanics of the game. So as you can see here, these are the 1936 borders of Germany, and it's split into two parts. You got central Germany here, and then you have Poland on the eastern border, and you have the exclave here, where Germany has a port and military forces, which makes it easier for you to invade Poland if you might wish so. So here, you can see on the top of the screen here, there's research slots. You can press here. This means that you have 4 slots where you can research things. As you do research, this will help you either do things faster, your army might fight better, will become stronger, your factories will become better. Let's start off. So it's split into infantry, where you research weapons, cars, and such. Support companies, this means that your companies will be equipped with, say, shovels, or for example like this, recon companies, military police and such. How you research tanks, this has been quite a new update in the Barbarossa update that just came, where you can design your tanks. Artillery, this means that your artillery will be better. Naval, air, engineering, and industry. So I think it's always smart to start off with production, because this means your production efficiency cap will go up by 10%. And doing this early on means that you will get so much more of your products being done faster. And also think construction is smart, because it means that the factories that you're constructing will be constructed a lot faster. This is like really basic. Electronic engineering, it means that the research speed for all these things will be done a lot faster. And the fourth one, I usually just do infantry. So as you can see here, now we're in the construction element. I tend to start off with civilian factories. You use civilian factories for things such as trade. It's kind of the currency there. And the more civilian factories you've got means that you will build military factories faster. This means that if you have a lot of civilian factories in the beginning of the game, you will be able to build military factories a lot faster as long as you go. So I will put the civilian factories in Hessen, which is a Bundesstaat, like a regional government in Germany, as the infrastructure is quite high here. It's 8%. I'm building 8 civilian factories, and then I'll just put in, say, 1 in Saxon and 3 in Brandenburg, right? Okay, let's go. Here you see. So these are my military factories. As we speak, I have 28 military factories. I can split them how I want. I think that, for example, now it's 1936. I want to invade Poland as quick as possible because I want to get the factories. So we could take a look into the armies before I decide where to put the military factories. Because the matter of the military factories is due to how fast and how much of each military element you're able to produce. So I'll just split the army into several smaller ones. So as you can see here, this is a field general. I'll just choose, say, Gert von Rundstedt, and I'll choose a commander here. Let's say Erwin Rommel. I can split the army in a second one here. I'll choose Erich von Manstein. Here I'll build my second army. I'll choose Günther von Kluge, and I'll choose Heinz Guderian. So as I do this, I'll place the armies along the border with Poland, as I'm planning to invade these countries. Something we want to be remembering is here, we're going to diplomacy. We want to justify war goal against Poland. Say here, Poznan, that's a state in Poland here, Poznan. So basically what we're doing now is that saying that, yeah, I want to attack you, and in this game, you had to like justify it. This would mean that Hitler would say like, yeah, we want to attack Poland, and yeah, it's a part of our state, whatever. But it says here, you need 42 more political power. So here in the top left corner, you see that we gain 1.43 political power per day. So we gotta wait until we have 42. So we gotta check that along as we go. here. We're doing pretty well. We want to start attacking. Now we're gonna go for Warsaw, and it's going really well. It's gonna fall in a second now. There you go. Warsaw is fallen, and we did it. We got Poland, and that's quite interesting. We did it quite fast. It says here, the fall of Warsaw. German forces advancing in Poland have succeeded in capturing Warsaw. So this is actually quite interesting. This is a picture from the actual war where the Nazis fought against the Polish army, and you see this white thing here that's shaped in the form of a rectangle. It's a V for victory. Deutschland siegt an allen Fronten. This is German, and it means that Germany wins at all fronts. They also did the same thing in Norway with the national parliament there. For history nerds like me, this game is amazing. So you see here, so you take Poland and you get all this kind of equipment. You get 5,600 infantry equipment, you get civilian trains, and you get other types, smaller numbers. Okay, what we will do now, so you can puppet Poland, puppet regime. You can liberate two different republics. We do not want to do that. We take all the states. We want all the factories. So now we can make some radar stations. So when we're gonna attack later on, we will be attacking to the Netherlands. But what I'm gonna do this time is I'm gonna follow the research tree here. I want to demand to this land, and then I'm just gonna see because we're so early. It might actually go up. So they are still exercising. Our XP is going up. Let's see here. Anschluss. Yay! So there you go. We got the Anschluss of Austria. After a successful coup d'etat by the local Nazi party in Vienna, German troops have crossed the Austrian border and taken control of the country. So the German Reich is already a lot bigger. And we got all their troops, just like that. We're gonna put them into the army of Peter von Bach. They're gonna be exercising. Now, we already did this, right? So what we want to do now is we want to do the demand the Sudetenland. If you're a history geek like me, or you maybe even have seen the film that came out recently on Netflix. It's called something like Munich on the Edge of War. In Norwegian, it's called München på randen av krig, and it's actually about this focus that you will have in the game. So basically, Hitler demands the Sudetenland. It's a region in the country of Czechoslovakia at the time, where there were a lot of Germans, and Hitler wanted it. He used it as a way of gaining more land. He called it Lebensraum. It basically means living space, where he wanted the Germans to live. Also, he would terrorize the population living there. But being able to do this, we need 725,000, right? We can't do the focus unless we got that. So what we can do is deploy all those troops, even though they are not ready. We can do that, and we'll see how many troops we have. But remember, these troops are not really good because they are not ready by any chance. So we will put them over there. We'll exercise so that we can remember that they are not good. So we still need a lot of troops. Okay, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do the treaty with the USSR in the meantime, right? We have more factories being ready. We are gonna do more artillery and more of that, and we do not need that many trucks. So let's go. We actually have the opportunity to do changes in our government. Here you can see the question of Yugoslavia. We will put the squeeze. We will put the squeeze on Yugoslavia. So what we want to do now, we want to ensure that we have enough political power. We can choose Martin Bormann, or we can choose, let's see, Goebbels. Yeah, so we do not want to choose Rudolf Hess, because if you're unlucky, he will conduct his famous flight and often he dies. So we want to choose Martin Bormann because he will not die and we will not have to use 150 political power again. Okay, let's go. Make sure that our troops are exercising. So actually now, soon, we're gonna cut it down a bit. Let's just cut them down already. So now there's only 14 divisions training. The treaty with the USSR will make it easier for us to make tanks. In 1937, so we are gonna go. So you can see this. We want to do this one right, but it's already a bit too early. We're gonna go to industry again. We're gonna do construction. We have 115 factories. This is really great. We need factories for producing our materials. So as you can see here, they are lacking a lot of equipment, right? Because this is a unit that should have a lot of artillery. It's basically an artillery unit. So we want to make sure that we have our radars ready. They should be fighting all the way along the border here. We're even going to put in some artillery, because this is where we are going to go next. Let's see. They should be ready there. We can put some exercises. We're gonna move these down there, and they're all gonna be exercising in the region of Czechoslovakia. Some more divisions are ready. This is an actual division that's pretty good. We're gonna put it down there. Okay, so now we're gonna have to do this again. You can invite the faction Kingdom of Hungary. We're gonna wait a tiny bit. We do not want to make more world tension. We want to do the demand the Sudetenland. This means we're gonna have to deploy some more forces, even though they are not entirely ready yet. So these are actually not so far away from being ready. We're gonna deploy them. We need some more. 718,000. So these are close to being ready. We will deploy them to the hardened original army, and there we go. The last two will go to the bad army, right? As we can see, demand the Sudetenland is ready. We can do that. Okay, so we are really successful in the Munich conference, which is also historically correct, so to speak. A historic day for Germany. We got the Sudetenland, and now we can do the first Vienna Award. So by doing this, we generated more world tension. I think it was 3%. Yeah. So we do not want to make it past 50%, because this will mean that all the nations will automatically be put into to like either the Allied side or the Axis side, and we want to prevent that from happening. In the Netflix film, actually, Chamberlain has been as an appeaser and a guy that not really knew much. I think this is quite interesting because others, or most these days, will say that Chamberlain actually did a really smart move, because he might have seemed like he's stupid and naive towards Hitler, but Chamberlain knew that UK needed more time, the Allies needed more time in order to prepare for the inevitable, that Germany would invade, for say, France. We have other plans. The fate of Czechoslovakia. Oh, so actually, it worked. So all of Czechoslovakia belongs to the Reich. There you go. So this is actually one of the best games I've ever had. So it's gone perfectly. We are still not at war with the Allies. However, now we're gonna make ready for the invasion of the Netherlands, Belgium, and France. So what we're gonna do now is basically, oh yeah, so it's ready already. This means we have a war goal both against the Netherlands and Belgium. Nobody is defending Luxembourg. It should take a second. And there you go. Luxembourg is ours for free. Okay, so Luxembourg is gone. So here you can see the independence of the Netherlands is guaranteed by other nations. That's the UK and France. Dutch East Indies is a puppet. and Belgium is only guaranteed by the UK. So we're gonna put this army just here on the border in case they decide they want to attack. Hopefully they do not. Okay, we are ready. We will declare war against Netherlands. Let's go.
Been working way too much, need to get out and get fucked up. What's going on? Where's it at? Make some calls to make it crack, let's see. I need money, drugs, and ride in the spot with hot winds inside. The mission to get all of the above in a limited amount of time. I can do this and it's done. Like that, we're on our way. Be it acid on the tongue, cocaine in your brain, or some weed that hits your lungs like a runaway train. Hell yeah, from DMT to MDMA. Got all this shit and more, so till done.
So, there you go. Triumph in France. So you can either establish Vichy France or Germany will conquer it all. So as you can see here, it's gone on really well. The fall of Paris, we got a lot of equipment, and our tanks were not even ready yet. So here you can either choose to establish Vichy France, which was like a puppet regime of Germany in the Second World War, or you can do the focus Germany will conquer all. While we wait to be able to attack the United Kingdom, we will try to conquer Lithuania. Go, we can attack Lithuania, declare war, no problem. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna press the naval invasion. So you choose which place to invade from. It's 1938, so they should still not really be ready for war. So we're gonna put all of our forces into the British Channel. This is gonna be really interesting. See, and Green Air. More ground crews. Okay, actually, guys, this is really tense. It might not work as we wanted to, so we just gotta see. Let's see. So we want our fleet to go out there, naval invasion support. So this one, now we're gonna check. 34. Come on, go up. 33. Come on. Help me. 43. 49. 1% more. 1% more. Jesus. Come on. Oh! Naval invasion. So now, what you're gonna do, you want to make them go right back to their harbors, because now you've established a link and you do not want your navy to be killed. Damn! Okay, let's see. Please do work. Please do work. And, oh, there are troops. Damn it. United Kingdom has capitulated, giving us access to 50% of their stockpiled equipment. Okay, so basically, so this is something I want to make clear, that do not bring in your allies. I mean, if you're doing this the first time, you might want to bring in allies because you want more troops and such, but bringing in more allies also means that they get victory points. So when the war is done, these victory points will make it easier for you to conquer countries. So the more you've done in the war, the more victory points you get, and that means you can conquer more countries. Thank you guys. Do like and subscribe. In the next video, I will continue on trying to fight against the Soviet Union, and I will do the fight against the United States of America, and I will show you some tips and tricks. Thank you guys once again. I'll see you later. Bye.